What's up YouTube, Webbers5 here, coming at you tonight with a requested combo video of my new Endymion Rockets. So before we get into the video, shout outs to Gonza Lopez for requesting the combo video, and also shout out to Henrik Wolf for subscribing to my channel yesterday. Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you so much, Henrik. You're part of the reason that my channel is growing stronger. And without further ado, let's get. So before I get into the combos as well, so I'm going to showcase to you guys 3 main combos that I do with my deck. So one of which is like the standard idea of what you would do going first in tandem with like how the rockets can play into it. The second one is the interesting OTK version I've got. And the third one, what did I call the third one? Let's see, the standard turn 1 board, the OTK. Just another version of something you can do going first depending on what's in your hand. So which may came up in the first video, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay guys, so for the first combo that I'm going to show you guys, this is like your standard turn 1 setup. So to do this specific combo, you'll need Servant, Mastery, and a way to mill your Darkworm. So in this case I've gone with Dragon Dragion. And because naturally I'm playing the rocket variants and I want to show you guys how the rockets work well in tandem with the deck, I've also added Quick Launch into it. The 5th card that you have in your hand doesn't really matter too much, so I've just given my deck a shuffle. So I've put the stuff I need for the combo to one side, and we're going to have the 5th card as random, so let's give this a quick shuffle. And our 5th card is another Servant. Okay, that's not ideal, but we'll roll with it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do in our combo is naturally activate our Servant. Then we're going to, from there, activate Spell Power. From there, we're going to activate our Spell Power Mastery to search our first card. To search out our Magister. Search out Magister of Endymion, and then because we played, and then through Mastery's effect, we'll put 1 additional spell counter on our Servant, and then since the spell resolved, 7 gets another counter. Next, we're going to go for Dragon Shrine. Use it to send Darkworm to grave. That puts our 3rd counter on Servant. Then we're going to then naturally, because we've got no monsters, we're going to Darkworm. Special summon back the Darkworm. And use his effect. Add 0 to our hand. And next we're going to do our Servant, removing 3 counters to summon herself and a monster from our deck. So, special Servant. And for our monster, usually if we're going first, the safest option is to drop Jackal King. For naturally the monster effect negates, to prepare yourself just in case you've got a hand trap before your Electromite. But if, say for example, you know your opponent's not really going to use hand traps, or say you know you're against, or say you're at a local level and you know what your opponent's playing, you can summon Mighty Master if you know you're like gonna need it because you've got like a spell-based matchup because you know the player. But usually, if you're usually going first and you don't know what you're up against, Jackal King is your safest option. So, yeah, that's just an option. Okay, so then from there, we're going. From there, now in this situation, I've got, because my 5th card was my Servant, I could scale either of these 2. It really doesn't matter at this point. Because frankly, you've already got because you're going to keep the Magister in your hand, and then one of these is going to add to your scale. So the other one doesn't really matter too much. And so from there, you can. So in this case, we're going to scale the Servant and put 2 more spell counters on our Jackal King. So we've now got the negate ready for if our opponent's going to attempt to disrupt the Electromite. So from there, we link to make our Electromites. Then through Electromite's effect, we're going to add Chronograph into our extra deck. And then, frankly guys, within this combo, it doesn't really matter when you activate the quick launch, but you ideally want to do it before you do your draw off Electromites, just so, you know, naturally you don't draw into the thing you want to summon. So we're going to activate our quick... So at this point I'm just going to activate quick launch and special summon Explode Rocket Dragon from my deck. So I want to do Explode Rocket because it's a level 7, which we're going to want when we do the Absolute Dragon. Again, I could have done that before I did the... Again, I could have done that before I did the Electromites, but... Just go. But I'm just... Doesn't completely matter when. So I just did it now. Okay. Furthermore, I also could have activated the Magister earlier as well, but frankly, I'm just going to keep the Magister for the moment because of what I'm playing. So next, we're going to activate Electromite's effect targeting Servant to pop the Servant, and we're going to add back our Chronograph. Then Electromite's effect activates, letting us draw 1 card. We're not going to use the effect of Chronograph because we want to use it to summon Time Gazer. So. Okay, that's not bad at all. I just drew into them. Okay, so I just drew into the Mighty Master, so I've now got a feed. So here I've got a couple of so from here I could scale the Mighty Master, use its effect, and because I'm going to have at least plenty enough spell counters, I could summon the Jackal King. Pretty easy to do, but so yep. But naturally for the moment, I'm going to scale the Chronograph and scale gate 0. And in this situation, like I said, I was very unfortunate. I did hit 2 copies of Servant, and I can't special summon Servant again, so I'm going to have to use the Endymion just so I've got an extra reason, just so I've got the resource to summon my triple for the Guard Dragon combo. So we're going to go to our Pendulum summon. I'm going to summon our Mighty Master and Darkworm. And from there, now activate Chronograph's effect, destroying itself. And summon our Time Gazer. Okay, next, standard into the Guard Dragon combo, which is now slightly different because, of course, we don't have Agape. So we'll link our Darkworm into our LP. Then link the Electromites with our Endymion, because without a spell counter he's not going to do us very well. He's not going to do us very much. Make the triple burst. Then we're going to activate LP's effect to summon the Destrudo from our deck to the zone these 2 point to. Next we're going to use the level 7 Explode Rocket and Destrudo to make Absolute. Then we're going to use Then we'll use Triple Burst and Absolute. Okay, I've actually messed up my positioning slightly because I'm going to need a zone. So I'm just going to quickly move Time Gazer over there because I need a zone that I'm going to be able. That needs to. Oh wait, no, I don't, because I forgot I've got LP over here, so it doesn't really matter that it's there. Okay, so we're going to make Romulus. And then from here we've got Romulus's effect to search Dragon Ravine, and in the same chain we've also got Absolute. So the way I'm going to do it, so how you chain this is completely up to you, but if say you've got like a good dragon in your hand, like say Otto's Persona Dragon, I'd recommend doing the Romulus as your chain link too, so that the last thing to happen is Vortex gets summoned to the zone Romulus points to. Again, I've kind of messed this up, guys, by my positioning, but in this situation, that's not too big deal, because I'm not going to get the extra sum. So, but I'm still going to go Romulus, Chainlink 1 to search, and then Chainlink 2 Absolute to get a special summon. This is just so my opponent can't, like, ash me at this point. But frankly, if your opponent was going to ash you, they would have done it by now. So through Absolute, we're going to summon out Vortex. And then our Romulus. going to add our Dragon Ravine. Right. Guys, I apologise. It appears I actually forgot to... Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I did draw my card. It's fine. So in this case, yeah, I'm going to have to use the Magister for my discard, but that's fine. So from there, link LP and Romulus into our Hieratic Seal. Next, we're going to use Destrudo's effect on Time Gazer, give up half our points, special it, and then we're going to Synchro to Dawn Dragster. Next, go to Dragon Ravine, activate Dragon Ravine, and use its effect, discarding a card from our hand to send another card that's in the Rokket package, Absoluta Dragon, to the graveyard. Because when Absoluta goes to the graveyard, you get to search your deck for any Rokket monster. So we're going to add our Rokket Synchron. And because through this combo, we haven't used our normal summon yet, so we now normal summon the Rokket Synchron. When Rokket Synchron's normal summon, you can special summon. You can target a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon in your grave and special summon it in defense with its effects negated. It'll get destroyed at the end phase. And also for the rest of this turn, you can't special summon except Darks, but we're only going to do one special summon after this. So that's fine. So just for speed, I'm going to special summon back the Absoluta, just because. And then from there, we synchro with our level 1 tuner Rokket Synchron and level 7 Absoluta to go into a level 8. So guys, in my extra deck, I've actually got 2 level 8 options I could go into. So my options are Draco Berserker of the Tenyi and Borrowed Savage Dragon. If I'm, say, going up against an unknown deck and I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to play it safe and play Savage Dragon. But if, say, I know my opponents, and I know they've got... But if, say, I already know my opponent, or if I know that they've got, like, a proper danger build, I might opt to go Draco Berserker. Because in my tournament today, guys, I had an opponent that I knew was doing a danger sort of build, so I went first against him, so I opted to make Draco Berserker against him. So when he activated the danger, I had Berserker's effect, banished that danger. Since he no longer has that danger in his hand to summon, he discards a card. He doesn't get the draw because he didn't get the summon, so he just lost 2 cards out of his hand. And unfortunately, he didn't discard a danger, so he really lost out. So Berserker's a nice option if you know your opponent's got some decent monster effects and you know what you're up against. But Savage Dragon is more safe as a turn 1 option. And then from the Savage Dragon, you just equip the best link in your graveyard, which is the Triple Burst, to give it 3 Borrow counters, 3 negates, and an extra 1200 points. And then from there, guys, your turn on board ends with... So we've got a monster effect negate, and any effect negate, spell card, trap card, monster effect negate, spell trap negate, bounce of a face-up card, which then goes into a special summon of a dragon. Now, the dragon targets I'm playing are 1 Odd Eyes Persona Dragon and 1 Ether the Evil Empowering Dragon. So, if my opponent's trying to play through my board and I have to opt to use my Hieratic Seal on my opponent's turn, if they're in the position of it's a monster thing, I'll just go special summon Ether, effect, banish one of their monsters to disrupt. But if my opponent's playing strategically and they're trying to out the Hieratic Seal without attacking, I can always just, or say they just Kaiju Sphere mode me, take out most of my board. I can use Hieratic Seal's effect to go into Persona, which has the effect that lets me negate an extra deck monster. So that's a nice backup option. So yeah, as you can see, guys, the Rockets serve as a nice little quick additional engine to speed up your plays a little bit and help get you a level 7 for your Absolute. Okay, guys, so the second combo I'm going to show you is basically nearly exactly the same as the first one, but with the addition of if you've got a dragon in your hand, such as in my case, Ollie's Persona Dragon, or I also know some people play a Morphage Sloth, which I'll also pull out just to give you guys the example of what you can do if, say, you're playing the Morphage Sloth build. Just give me one sec. Okay, so let's say either that's either the Persona or the Morphage Sloth that I know some people play. So in this case, well, you probably just watched the first combo, so I'm just gonna quickly speed through so we know what the first bit is. But actually, in this case, I'm actually gonna add another sub. Actually use Servant to add Servant because, again guys, I'm in the position that I kind of need an extra monster on the field. And like before, I'm going to quick launch now. So I've got a negate on the Jackal King. Just like before, we're going to Electrum. And once again with the Electrum, I'm going to go into Chronograph. Oh, my bad, guys. Guys, another reason I chose the Servant is because now I've definitely got another monster I can... Now I've got a high scale. The Chronograph's going to add as my... The Chronograph's going to add to my high scale, so I don't need to worry about not having a low scale, so... Electrum pop, add the Chronograph. Then Electrum switch draw 1, what do we get? Okay, cut and raise, that's not bad. From there, we're going to Servant and Chrono. Furthermore, guys, from here we've also got the Gate 0, which we could use as our level 7 for the Absolute. But we don't necessarily need to. So. In this case, we're going to Pendulum Summon. Dogma. 0. Yeah. Dogworm 0. At this point we could, and at this point since I kind of do want another monster in the field, go to normal summon the Curtain. We're going to normal summon our Curtain Raiser because I kind of do want it. Anyway, I don't have to normal summon that. I can just Pendulum summon it out. It's Pendulum summon the Curtain Raiser we drew into. Then Astro again, standard combo. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh wait, I just remembered I didn't need to summon the. Oh wait, I didn't need the Gate 0 because I'm going to summon. Sorry guys, mess this up slightly. Because before we do any of that, before we lock ourselves into summoning dragon, because I forgot, before we lock ourselves into summoning dragon types, guys. Because before we lock. Yeah, back up. Before we lock ourselves into dragons, we're going to Chronograph. Summon Time Gazer from our deck. Okay, so now we do the Guard Dragon play. Yep. Overlay those, make absolute. Now guys, this is where the combo goes slightly, different, guys. So from here, once again, we'll go to link these two into our Romulus. I'm going to put Romulus over here, so we've got a zone that we get the summon to off absolute. And because we've got the persona in our hand, we're going to do it like this. So we're going to go Chainlink 1 absolute and Chainlink 2 Romulus. It's very specific. In this case, guys, it is really specific that we do it in this order because I've checked the wording on Romulus. It can miss her. It can actually miss her. I'm just checking if it can miss her. Because it says, if it's linked summon, you can add a Dragon to spell. And it says, if a dragon is special from the air. Okay, I actually read his effect wrong. He doesn't actually miss timing, but sometimes just... But still, I like to be safe about it because some people can rule shot me on it. So I always go Chainlink 1 Romulus, go Chainlink 1 absolute, Chainlink 2 Romulus, just to make sure I can't be completely rule shot. So with that, I'll add the Dragon Ravine, and then absolute effect summons Vortex to Romulus's zone. Because now that that's done, we get the effect of Romulus. Because a dragon was summoned from the extra to a zone it points to, we can special summon a dragon from our hand to the field and defense with its effects negated. So in my case, I play Persona. So I'm going to special summon Persona, but it doesn't have its effects. But this is part of the reason why people play Sloth. But this is part of the reason that some people are playing Sloth. So let's say, for example, you're playing Sloth instead. So from Romulus's case, you special summon the Sloth. Sloth's got its effects negated currently until the end. Romulus negates the effects of that monster until the end of the turn. So with Sloth having its effects negated, you're not locked out of your extra deck currently, which is why people have been playing. And so then from there, continue our play. Turn that into a Spheres. Just drew on our Time Gazer. Then we'll synchro. And we synchro into a Dawn Dragster. And in this case, guys, we don't have any more cards in our hand, so there's not much point in us activating the Dragon Ravine right now. So from there, we'll go to just proceed to the end phase. At the end phase, Sloth gets its effects back. So from that build, from that version, we've now got an Omni negate, a monster threat negate, a spell trap negate, a bounce that goes into a summon, and Sloth is now live on our opponent's turn so that they can't extra deck. So that can bait the opponent into going, okay, summon this, battle phase attack into the Sloth, in which case you could just go effective Spheres, tribute it, bounce it. And if they've got multiple monsters, you just go second effective Spheres, special summon. Second effective Spheres, special summon Ether, banish your other monster, and then yeah, they still can't extra deck from that. So pretty good. But though sometimes, guys, you might want to let them attack over the Sloth. I mean, it's not ideal if they can get their combo off from their extra deck, but keep in mind Sloth blocks you out of your extra deck. But frankly, with the field that you've got, it's not so bad. But still, that's completely up to you guys. Not everyone plays Sloth. Some people play it, some people don't, but it's a nice option. I personally prefer Persona, just because I can still use my extra deck, and an extra deck negate is still pretty useful. Okay, so that's the variation combo of if you go full out with a dragon in your hand with Romulus. Okay guys, so this final combo I'm going to show you is, for those of you that have seen my deck profile, you would know that I'm playing this Trident Dragion because it's a really nice OTK option. So guys, I'm going to show you how exactly you do it in this deck. And guys, the combo is actually so simple, you only need like 3 cards. and they're 3 very easily interchangeable cards. All you need is a way to access Darkworm, a way to summon Electromite, and or all you need is a way to summon Darkworm, a way to summon Electromite, a way to get a level 3 monster on the field, and a way to access Dragoncaller Magician. So this situation I've gone to show you the combo and how simple it is. I'm going to show you how I can do it with only a Foolish Burial, Chronograph Sorcerer, and Dragoncaller Magician. Those 3, and it is so easy. Okay. Like, the other 2 cards in my hand literally do not matter in terms of this combo. They could be 2 completely random, complete bricks, and this combo will still work for. So let's see. Curtain Razor, Darkworm. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, because frankly, they're not even important. Frankly, that's just made the OTK. That's just made our OTK even easier. Oh no, wait, 3 cards, because for the OTK, we're going second, so. Ether. That's just made it even easier. Ether. Made it even easier to win now. Okay. So guys, for the main purpose of to do this combo, Foolish Burial, send our Darkworm, Darkworm's effect, bring stuff back, effect, let's get our gate 0. Next we're going to Chronograph's effect, pop itself to summon Time Gazer. Guys, I apologise, I didn't actually put Time Gazer to one side, kind of forgot. Okay, so we're just going to summon Time Gazer. Ooh. And guys, I'm just showing the combo with the Dragoncaller in hand because I'm going to use the Chronograph as my scale. I'm going to use the Chronograph as my high scale in this situation. So, and then from there, link off. Alright, of course I put my extract to one side because I don't need much of it. So Electromite's effect, add something to our extra deck. So the ideal thing would be to search in a missing combo. Piece, but in this case, since I'm showing it with the full combo piece, it really doesn't matter what I add into my extra deck. So let's see. We're going second. We're going second. So let's just. We're going second. So. Well, it doesn't really matter, so let's just pick something we don't want to draw. So let's just pick a card we don't really want to dead draw into. So, Persona. Let's go with Persona. Oh no, I've got the Ether. No, wait, I need that anyway. So, yeah, let's go for Servant. Let's go with Servant. Let's just go with Servant for the moment. Servant, but frankly guys, again, really doesn't matter. So you can do gate 0, Electromite on 0, pop itself, add back our high scale of Chronograph, effective Electrum to draw 1, Endymion, that's not bad at all. Okay, so from there, skill Dragoncaller, skill Chronograph. It's really important guys that you put Dragoncaller in the scale because he's crucial to the combo. Then from there, Pendulum Summon. Doesn't really matter how many, but since I've got the resources to show. Okay. Well, you need to Pendulum. Well, actually, guys, you do need to Pendulum Summon at least 3 monsters because you need to do. So you need. Really important you do these 2, Time Gazer, and really important that you do your level 3 and Darkworm. So you've got something to do the LP, and then your level 3 that you're going to need for your Synchro. And because I need an extra monster on the field. I'll just summon the Curtain Razor. There from there. Now guys, because I drew into an Ether and I'm going second, naturally I probably would have pensioned some of the Ether, banish something. Just depends on the kind of field that my opponent's got, but again, I'm just going for the really basic idea, guys. So from there, Link, LP. Take those 2. Triple Burst. Effect of LP, summon, destroy from the deck. Next, we're going to activate Dragoncaller Magician's effect, target Time Gazer, and change it into a dragon type. And from there, we now use the level 7 Destrudo as our dragon tuner, and the level 3 Time Gazer, which is now a dragon, and synchro into our Trident Dragion. We then activate so Dragion's effect is when he's synchro summon, you can destroy up to 2 cards you control. So in this case, we can just pop our scales because they've done what we need to with them. And for each card that we destroyed with it, Dragion gets 1 additional attack. So we destroyed 2 cards, so Dragion can now attack 3 times, and he's a 3k. And again, in my situation, guys, I probably would have Pendulum summoned out the Ether, and probably potentially the other stuff, and probably potentially 2 of the other bits in my hand. And potentially 1 of the other bits in my hand, so yeah. So now I've got a 3k. So now I've got a 3k Trident that can attack 3 times. I've got a 3k Trident that can attack 3 times because I drew into because I had an Ether in my hand. I've banished another monster. I've got a 2/4, a 2/8, and so basically all we have to do there is go to battle phase and just attack with everything for game. Because we've got a Dragon that's going to deal 9k. We've got a Dragon that's going to hit our opponent direct for 9k, which is game. So yeah. So as you guys can see, the package, very simple to do. Again, guys, the only things you need are way to access Darkworm, a way to make access Darkworm, a way to make Electromite, a way to get a level 3, and Dragon Caller. So essentially, the easiest combo is way to get Darkworm, way to access Darkworm, Chronograph, Dragon Caller. Job done. You've basically won the game playing Trident Dragion. Okay guys, so that's it for the main combos of the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down in the description of what you guys thought, and also any other combos that you guys think are interesting and what you play around your decks. I'd be interested in finding that out. Thanks again, and also want to say a quick shout out to Brian Plays Yugioh for suggesting I play Trident Dragion in the build. I'm finding it quite interesting and very fun. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Webbers5, and if you're already subscribed, feel free to hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload.